everybody, Abby with Scrappin' Abby here, and I have just a quick project share and also a question for you ladies, which I will get to at the end of this video. So what you're looking at here are one of the 3 commission projects that I was recently hired to make by one of my clients back in Oregon. So she has assembled kind of the base of a memorabilia type of book. It's kind of between a traditional scrapbook and kind of like a mini album, so to speak. And so she doesn't have any type of stamps or anything like that. She's an actual florist who's retired, but she did pick up like one of the base books. I'm not sure, Hobby Lobby, somewhere like that. And so she had asked me, because I made a couple of things for her, which I'll share separately in a different video, and she'd asked me if I would be able to stamp out some different hearts and different sentiments and things about love and kind of romance and things of that nature. And the colors that she really wanted it to keep it in was kind of in the neutrals and what you're kind of seeing here, the creams, beiges, kind of the darks, browns, things like that. So what I've done is I just, when I talk with her over the phone, and I asked her specifically, do you want it on just white cardstock, brown cardstock, do you want different textures? And she's like, what do you mean by that? And I said, canvas, fabric, burlap, all that, cork, all that. And she's like, oh my gosh, yes, I love that. I didn't even think of that. So I told her I would stamp a bunch of random things up for her, different material sizes, that kind of thing. And then, I'm bundling this up for her, and I'm going to be shipping this out to her first of next week. And so I wanted to share with you what I did. So this is just kind of a really cool thing. I mean, all of us as paper crafters, especially those that are scrapbookers, I'm kind of in the bucket of all of it. Scrapbooking, crafting, paper crafting, mixed media, card maker, and junk journalist, planner, all that stuff. I'm in that whole bucket. I do all of it. And so a lot of us who do that, we either make these things our own because one, we can and we have the supplies, and then we can really customize them to be what we want them to be, or 2, because they're in a really cute packaging and it's convenient when you go to crops and conventions. And I'm the first one to throw my hand up and say, hey, I'm going to buy this pack of these plain, not plain, but like a box of already pre-stamped chipboard tags, because they're so stinking cute. You can get them all kinds of places. But I also know that I can make these myself. Matter of fact, these are a bunch of different plain chipboard tag sizes I purchased from Pick Your Plum quite a while ago. And so I just stamped on it and just put some different string on there. So I just wanted to kind of share with you what I've done and what kind of papers I've used and what kind of extras I've used from prior projects, just to share with you what you can do to create your own embellishments or word sayings, quotes, things like that, and how you can reuse little scraps of leftover papers and fabrics and things that you might toss, but you can reuse them in your projects again. So I wanted to kind of share that with you. So for example, these 3 here, this one just says love, and ignore my fingers. I've been inking and stamping all day, so my fingers are just a nightmare. And this one says romance, and this one is just 2 hearts. I did all of them in either jet black or the walnut stain from Tim Holtz. That way she kind of had a choice. You wanted a mix of both particular colors, but you obviously could customize this to whatever you wanted. If you wanted red and pink, go on, so on and so forth. So what these are is just actually the backing of a piece of cardboard from a huge box that I received when I was still working at the school district. So I take pieces of cardboard and stuff, when I rip it off, and you can kind of see the ribbing right there. This is from me pulling off part of the cardboard, the part that's all wavy, the corrugated part. And I kept all these because I was working on some shabby chic pocket letter sized inserts, and so I kept all of those. I thought, I'm not going to throw those away, so I have a huge stack of them. And so I just pulled 3 of them out, and I like it because it gives it a lot of different texture. You can see the ribbing there. She can I chose this side, but you could obviously stamp on this side if you wanted to. And then once she puts adhesive on, it's going to lay out flat just nicely, because I've done this before. So that's just one way you can reuse little bits of cardboard that you may not want anymore. I already shared with you all the different cardboard tags, or excuse me, chipboard tags. These are all just stamped with the same sentiment, and 2 in black and 2 in the brown. And these are just on little bits and scraps of some leftover basil cardstock from another project. So, instead of throwing these little bits away, I just stamped on them, and then I just use a corner rounder on the opposite ends, and you have cute little tiny word strips. These are all leftover tags from prior projects. A couple of these, this one and the one on the bottom, these were actually some white cardstock that I stained, not really tea stain, it was kind of a mix of about 6 or 7 different Lindy Stamp Gang sprays and Tattered Angel sprays kind of all together. And so it kind of has a really kind of a shabby chic kind of light pink with a little bit of glisten on it. And I just stamped a couple stamps together that nested, and I'll share with you at the end of the video what I tied all of them off with. This is just a craft tag that I had in my stash. I sometimes will just whip out a bunch of tags that are just pre-inked or pre-tea stained, which is the case for this one. This is fabric that I tea stained, and I just had a stamp on that one, a couple stamps. This is the same thing. This is one I actually left over from a project where I shared it on my channel a while ago. I'll try to link the video if I can remember. But I was showing how you could use your distress markers on your stamps, and you could mix a bunch of different colors. So I had a couple left over, so I just stamped a sentiment on the top. And this one again is the same as that first one with the different Lindy sprays and whatnot that I use. And I just mixed together a couple different stamps and inked the edges there. And I also added some staples with my tiny attacher because I love adding elements of metal and stuff in my projects. These are just little bits of some gold vellum that I had left from another project. Same thing, just kind of stamped, you know, different sentiments, different images, things like that. I think that is really cool, actually. I love how all 3 of those on there together. 2 black, 1 brown. I was originally going to cut them out so she had little bits, and I thought, you know what, I like that. I love, love this one. So that's just how I use my little bit of vellum. Of course, that stuff is never cheap, so you don't ever want to toss that. This right here, these 3, these are off of just some of the burlap ribbon that I picked up at the Dollar Tree the other day. Sorry, I can't get my hand to turn flat, but I just stamped some different sentiments on that, and it works perfectly. You know, I thought it stamped really awesome. And then these are just some bits of fabric from the fabric book that I actually just completed for her. And these ones I intentionally distressed the edges, but I did not ink these 2. I wanted to leave a little bit blank. I mean, you know, some without ink and some with ink is what I was trying to say. These are some bits of cork paper from DCWV. These ones I figured she could just kind of cut these off as she wants to, and then this one is just, you know, in a corner round. Did the corner punch on that one as well to kind of make it look a little bit more finished. These are some bits of cork board I left over from another project from quite a while ago. Stamped on those, and she can keep these together, or she can cut this off if she wants and create 2. This is a little bit of some burlap. I just did a heart with outline with red, because whenever you try to do with word, because this particular burlap pattern is so deep, the graining is like really, you know, textured, and it doesn't fit all the words in, the letters of the words, so it's kind of jumbled, so I didn't like how that looked. These are left over from this pack right here that I can't even tell you how many years. I mean, it's probably been at least a decade, if not more, that I've had this pack of these little journaling cards. So I just grabbed a couple of those just to kind of bring a little bit of a lighter color to the mix. Just stamp those and then just ink the edges, as simple as that. And then down here, these piles here, these are all just little bits and pieces of papers I had left from prior projects. This is a piece of just some, you know, dark cardstock I had left over. Sorry, I forgot to turn my phone off before I started filming. These are the chipboard tags I shared with you, and then here is the fabric, the rest of the fabric. These ones I did ink. This is a different fabric than the book, except for this little tiny one here. That's part of the same pattern or fabric as the book I'm making, and I just have those left. And I think these are so sweet. I just love them. I think they're just really, really cute. And the funnest one are these right here. This is actually banana paper that I picked up at convention years ago. The back side is like really fibrous, and then this is the banana leaf right here. You can hear that, and you can really see, probably more on this one, I think, you can really see that texture and the graining in there from the banana. I think it's just so cool. Yeah, it's just banana leaves, and I thought, what a really fun way to incorporate a really cool texture into her project that she's making. And then the rest are just little tags I had left over from a Marion Smith kit project thing I was working on. And this is just some textured paper again from DCWV. Kind of has that cobblestone kind of look to it. So that is what I made for her, and it's the first time anybody's asked me to, you know, do this for them as like as a collection, like as a kit type of a thing. So I was like, oh, this could be great, because I stamp the stuff up anyway when I make my own projects, or, you know, whatever. So I wanted to come on here and ask you ladies, one, if you like this idea of using, you know, your old, you know, little bits and bobs of papers and whatnots to stamp and stuff on. That'd be a great thing for you ladies to do as well, I think, especially if you have a lot in your stash like I do. And the second part of my question is, for those of you who have all the tools to do this, but you don't want to take the time and effort to do this, you know, because I searched through and grabbed different papers. It probably took about 2 hours maybe to do this collectively, just because I had to go through and pick the different papers and textures I wanted, go through all of my stamps, which is a ton, you know, and then getting, you know, stamping and, you know, distressing and drying the things that I, you know, had inks on and that kind of stuff, you know, and putting all the different ribbons and things on there. It's not like it's a complicated thing, because it's not. I just watched some YouTube videos as I was doing it, but there might be some ladies out there who have the supplies, and one, they don't want to do it. Two, they don't have the time to do it because their time is precious when they're crafting. And then the other thing I was thinking of, there are ladies who like this kind of thing, but they don't have the means to do it. So my question is, after all of that, is would you ladies ever be interested in me putting together types of little kits like this that I could sell via my Etsy shop and also on my YouTube? And I'm going to be linking my Facebook page, which is coming soon. I have a special video just for that, by the way. You know, obviously in different, and these could be custom as far as different colors, you know, it could be Christmases or Halloween or Thanksgiving or fall or Valentine's, Easter, different colors, textures, things like that, different sentiments and images, and, you know, maybe even me using my distress markers and using some different stamping techniques like that with layering, that kind of a thing. So I just wanted to ask and see what you ladies thought, kind of test the waters a little bit and kind of see what your thoughts were on that. You know, you can just comment below and let me know what you think, if you'd be interested in it, that kind of thing. You know, obviously I could scale them down to, you know, 10 pieces to 20 or whatever, I don't know. I really like working on custom things the most out of all my crafting, so I really like to engage one-on-one with the person I'm working with to really fine-tune what it is they want. So that is my video for you ladies today. Just comment below and let me know what you think. And then also I'd love to hear from you. If you don't want to answer that question, you totally don't have to. But if you also do this kind of thing with your scraps and stuff, let me know. I'd love to know, especially if you have a video. I'd love to check out your video and support you as well. So thanks everybody for watching. Happy scrapping, happy planning, and happy crafting. And I forgot to share this with you. This is what I used. Just some different, you know, vintage string I've had, and this is some like yarn. And then I took some crinkle ribbon that I kind of inked up a little bit with some different sprays. And I'll see you ladies next time in my next video. Bye for now. Bye.